She died in your arms, and you said that that changed you forever.
But bro, that's the main reason I just said every bit, bro. That's the main reason.
And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance. And he started shooting, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Over the past 5 years, at least 11 rappers have come face to face with death, and somehow lived to tell the story. From Quando Rondo, who lost his cousin in the chaos, to Skilla Baby, who survived after his SUV was hit with more than 20 bullets. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why life in the limelight can be just as dangerous as it is glamorous. Megan Thee Stallion. Before Megan became a global symbol of female empowerment, chart-topping anthems, and Grammy-winning success, she endured a nightmare that would permanently change how she viewed trust, safety, and the very industry she worked so hard to dominate. What happened on one summer night in 2020 would become a defining moment, not just in her career, but in the broader conversation about violence against women in hip-hop. On July 12, 2020, following a pool party at Kylie Jenner's Hollywood Hills home, tensions erupted inside an SUV carrying Megan, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, his bodyguard, and Megan's close friend, Kelsey Harris. What had simmered beneath the surface all evening finally boiled over, setting the stage for one of the most controversial legal battles in recent hip-hop history. According to Megan's testimony, as she attempted to exit the vehicle to escape the escalating argument, no one inside could have imagined how quickly the night would spiral. Tory Lanez allegedly shouted, "Dance," before opening fire, striking Megan in both feet. Though the bullets narrowly missed bones and tendons, the physical injuries would pale in comparison to the psychological trauma that followed. In the immediate aftermath, as the nation grappled with the George Floyd protests and heightened tensions surrounding police interactions with Black Americans, Megan made a decision, one she would later be forced to explain again and again to both skeptics and supporters, that would shape public perception of the incident for years to come.
So I just said I stepped on glass because I didn't
Why did you say that? Why didn't you say he shot me?
For some reason I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us.
What followed were years of intense public scrutiny, victim blaming, and doubt, an ordeal Megan later described as deeply traumatizing. Social media became a relentless battlefield, where her credibility was questioned daily by trolls and even fellow industry figures. The legal saga culminated on December 23, 2022, when Tory Lanez was convicted. In August 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. His appeals were ultimately denied in November 2025. Despite the verdict, Lanez continues to maintain his innocence from behind bars, waging an ongoing public relations campaign that challenges the court's decision. Julio Fulio. Long before the Jacksonville drill rapper met his tragic end in June 2024, he had already cheated death multiple times, an unsettling reality largely unknown outside Florida's rap scene. His life became one of hip-hop's most striking examples of a man living on borrowed time, surviving repeated assassination attempts while openly taunting his enemies on social media. Born Charles Andrew Jones II in 1998, Fulio was raised amid the violence that has long plagued Jacksonville's streets. His affiliation with the six-block set of KTA, short for Kill Them All, placed him directly in the crosshairs of rival factions, particularly ATK and their allies. This conflict was never just about music. It was deeply personal, fueled by years of bloodshed and retaliation that had already claimed friends and family members on both sides. Each diss track poured gasoline on an already raging fire, one that consumed lives with terrifying frequency. In November 2021, Fulio was ambushed in Jacksonville's Riverside area. As he stepped out of a vehicle, he was shot in the leg, injuries that would have sidelined most artists indefinitely. But Fulio was different. True to his defiant nature, he took to social media during his recovery, mocking his attackers with posts like, "Y'all miss 100 shots." The message only intensified the target on his back, making future attempts almost inevitable. And this wasn't his first close call. He had survived a shooting in Houston in 2020, then another ambush in October 2023, when suspects, later linked to his eventual murder, lay in wait and opened fire, striking him in the foot. His repeated survival seemed almost supernatural until his luck finally ran out during his birthday celebration in Tampa. There, assailants armed with pistols and rifles equipped with brass catchers cornered him in a hotel parking lot. The brass catchers, a chilling detail, were designed to collect shell casings and hinder forensic investigations. Quando Rondo. The August 2022 shooting that claimed the life of his cousin and close associate was not a random act of violence. According to federal prosecutors, it was a meticulously planned murder-for-hire plot, marking a grim turning point in one of hip-hop's deadliest ongoing feuds. The case would later expose the dark underbelly of rap rivalries, revealing how deeply entangled the music industry had become with organized street violence. The roots of the conflict trace back to November 6, 2020, when a confrontation outside an Atlanta nightclub left Chicago rapper King Von dead. His close associate, Lil Durk, publicly mourned the loss as tensions between the two camps simmered online. Social media quickly transformed into a digital war zone filled with subliminal threats and direct call-outs. Federal documents allege that Durk placed a bounty on Quando Rondo's head, using financial resources to fund what investigators describe as a coordinated assassination attempt. The alleged conspiracy involved flights, rental cars, and weeks of surveillance. On that August night at a Beverly Grove gas station in Los Angeles, gunmen opened fire on Rondo's SUV, unleashing approximately 17 rounds. The bullets struck Xavier Lul Pab Robinson, Rondo's 24-year-old cousin, killing him at the scene. Rondo escaped without physical injury, but the emotional scars ran deep. He later spoke about holding his closest friend as he died in his arms, an experience that permanently reshaped his view of life, fame, and the music industry itself.
Well, you had a situation in LA where you lost your friend, Lil Pap. He actually died in your arms, and you said that that changed you forever.
But bro, that's the main reason I just said that's the main reason. Ain't no rules. I might feel like I won't shoot up nobody's house. You might feel like that. You might feel like, I might feel like I won't shoot at nobody while they with their kids. You might feel like.
In October 2024, 5 FBG members were charged, including Lil Durk himself. He was arrested in Florida after allegedly attempting to flee the country, with reported bookings to Dubai, Switzerland, and Italy. The trial has since been delayed until October 2025, as prosecutors push for an anonymous jury amid concerns of witness intimidation. Authorities also claim that credit cards linked to Durk were used to finance the entire operation. Jada Youngin. The July 2022 ambush that took the life of Louisiana rapper Jada Youngin remains one of the most brutal and least discussed attacks in recent hip-hop history. What makes the tragedy even more devastating is that his father survived the very same barrage of gunfire that killed his son. This father and son tragedy underscores how violence in hip-hop often extends beyond the artists themselves, dragging entire families into deadly crossfire. Born Javorius Tykes. Scott, Jada Youngin had built a massive following through mixtapes like Forever 23 and songs that accumulated billions of views across streaming platforms. But his alleged ties to the 23 gang in Bogalusa, Louisiana, placed a permanent target on his back, one that growing fame couldn't erase. In a small town like Bogalusa, where everyone knows everyone, old grudges tend to resurface with deadly consequences. On July 27, 2022, around 5:50 p.m., Jada Youngin and his father, Kenyatta Scott, were ambushed on the porch of their Superior Avenue home. 5 attackers emerged from a black truck, while 2 more approached from the side. Jada Youngin was struck 8 times. Although he initially survived surgery, He died 7 hours later from severe blood loss. His father, shot twice in the arm, managed to return fire and survived, left alive, but forced to witness his son's murder. Jada Youngin's mother later alleged the shooting was a setup, pointing out that her son had been unusually cautious following a recent release from prison. She believed someone close to him may have given up his location. Investigators uncovered links to Bogalusa's warring gangs, including the 23 Gang and the allied 1400 Gang, both reportedly involved in drug trafficking, gun running, and fraud. Yet, as of December 2025, no arrests have been made directly connected to Jada Youngin's murder. His case remains cold, a haunting reminder of how fear of retaliation often silences witnesses and stalls justice, while his music continues to draw millions of streams each month. PNB Rock's girlfriend. When the world mourned the death of Philadelphia rapper PNB Rock on September 12, 2022, one critical detail was often overlooked. His girlfriend, Stephanie Sibun Huang, was sitting directly across from him when the shooting happened, and survived only because of his final selfless act. The attack at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles was calculated and ruthless. Prosecutors later revealed the location had been identified through social media. A masked 17-year-old gunman, directed by his father, Freddie Lee Trone, who waited outside in a getaway car, entered the restaurant and demanded PNB Rock's jewelry at gunpoint. When the rapper hesitated, he was shot 3 times, once in the chest and twice in the back. As chaos erupted and patrons fled for cover, PNB Rock made a final instinctive decision. According to Sibun Huang's emotional testimony, he shoved her under the table to shield her from the gunfire, an act that saved her life. She escaped without physical injuries, but the emotional toll has been immense. She has spoken openly about the severe PTSD and depression she's battled since witnessing the love of her life murdered in front of her. The weight of survival guilt follows her every day, knowing his final conscious act was to protect her.